Hello friends, let us start the apportionment of ITC on capital goods, Rule 43. This we are learning from section 17. Section 17 stands for apportionment of ITC, right? Let us start. ITC in case of capital goods is fully available on the part of value of capital goods used for taxable purpose. If the depreciation and or tax is capitalized in the books of accounts and the same value is used for ITC purpose, the ITC shall not be available. What this point says is that in case of such capital goods where you are capitalizing the full amount including the taxes, and that amount you are using for depreciation purpose, in such cases ITC shall not be available. This is the point that it says, right? And the second point says GST Act assumes that the life of capital good is up to 5 years or 60 months from the date of invoice. You take any capital good, okay, any capital good in GST has the life of 5 years or 60 months. All the capital goods, irrespective of its nature, are depreciated according to its useful life of 60 months. In case where capital good is used for non-business purposes in the beginning and later it is used for business purpose for making taxable supply, the deduction equal to 5% per quarter, this is important, 5% per quarter or part thereof is made from input tax ITC to be reversed, and which was used for non-business purpose. What this point says is that where capital good is first used for non-business purpose and the rest of its life is used for business purpose. So non-business purpose, as we know, ITC is not available. For business purposes, ITC is available. So up to that part which was used for non-business purpose, ITC is not available. ITC will be available for the remaining life of that asset, right? We have numerical problem on this point. We will see it later, okay, probably in the next video. In case where the capital goods are used for business purpose first and subsequently used for non-business purpose, this is the exactly the reverse point, the ulta point of this point, the previous point, okay? To make non-business supplies or non-taxable supplies, the ITC part thereof shall be used for non-business purpose will be reversed. Okay, let us suppose this is your capital good. Please look at the cursor, and you are using it for business purpose first and non-business purpose later. So for non-business purpose you are using it later. We will calculate the life of that asset, and that part will be reversed. That part of ITC will be reversed, right? Reverse means reverse means it will be given it back to the government. Thus, businesses must take ITC full on value of goods in the beginning, and proportionate ITC shall be reversed, or vice versa as the case may be. Vice versa means you will have to take ITC full in the beginning only, but vice versa is for this point where proportionate ITC shall be reversed, where you are reversing it, where you are using it for non-business purpose later. But if you are using it for business purpose at first, then you are going to get the ITC later for that business purpose, right? This is theoretical, I understand. There are numerical problems on these points. We will see that in the later next videos, right? A Limited, this is an example. A Limited purchased a plant and machinery in December 2018 for rupees 50 lakhs. It paid 50,000 taxes. Depreciation on this good is calculated at 10% per annum. Determine the value on which ITC can be claimed during the 2020. Hope you have understood this question. If not, please pause the video and try to understand that. ITC in any case cannot be availed on depreciation part and on taxes. Okay, 50 lakh is the value of the good and 50,000 is the taxes, right? if you make this 50 lakh plus 50,000, if that is the if that is the capitalized value and you are using it for ITC purpose, then whole 50 lakh will be disqualified to take the ITC, right? Therefore original value of the goods is used for calculation of ITC, that is 50 lakh. You should not be claiming ITC over this 50,000. Hope this is clear. See, this is another illustration. A machine was purchased for 40 lakhs and 6 lakhs was paid as input tax. So 40 lakh is the value of supply, value of capital goods, and 6 lakh is the taxes taxes paid. This machine is used for both taxable and non-taxable supplies. Taxable supplies were 4 lakhs per month and non-taxable supplies were 12 lakhs per month. Calculate ITC to be reversed per month, right? So 4 lakh was used for per month. 4 lakh was used for taxable supplies, and for non-taxable supplies that was 12 lakh per month, right? This is the question given. So for 60 months we have ITC for 6 lakhs, right? Whole 6 lakhs we are using it for 60 months. Therefore for 1 month it is 60,000, right? 6 lakh divided by 60. The part of ITC which is used for non-business purpose to be reversed. Non-business purpose means for non-taxable supplies this has to be reversed, because initially in the beginning itself the whole ITC on 6 lakh has been taken, right? So 12 divided by 16. Why 12 divided by 16? 12 is that part out of total. Total is 12 plus 4. This 12 plus this 4, that is 16. Out of this total total supply or total value, 12 is that proportion which is used for non-taxable purpose or non-business purpose, and therefore we are calculating that on 60,000 per month, right? So that will be rupees 45,000. So for rupees 45,000 per month will be reversed. I have specifically given rounded off word over here to tell you that we are in the GST, we are calculating this tax to be given, and we have to round it at nearest 10 rupees. Okay. There is another example given over here which will give you proper idea of apportionment of ITC, how it is done. A furniture with inbuilt machine was purchased for 4 lakhs. Rupees 90,000 was paid as input tax. Machine was used to make exempt supplies for first 2 years and 15 days. I will repeat this point. Machine was used to make exempt supplies for first 2 years and 15 days. After that, the machine was used for making taxable supplies. Calculate the amount to be reversed. Why you are reversing? You are reversing it because the first 2 years and 15 days you were using that machine for exempt supplies, right? Look at this. ITC used for 60 months was 90,000. Total quarters used to make exempt supplies, how much? 9. It means 8 quarters and part thereof as full 1. 1 year has 4 quarters, right? And 2 years will be having 8 quarters. And part thereof means extra this 15 days will be considered as 1 full quarter. So 9 quarters it has been used, and remaining credit, all that remaining credit, that is total ITC minus ITC that is used. Total ITC is 90,000 as we have calculated, minus how much ITC was used, 90,000 into 5% of 9 quarters. Why 5%? It is given in the act. For 9 quarters it is 40,500, and remaining useful life, that is 2 years and 11 months, is 35 months. So ITC to be reversed is 40,500 divided by 35, that is 1,157 per month to be reversed. This is pure mathematics, pure calculation, right? Hope this is understood. This is remaining credit for all that month, right? 40,500, and 35 months is remaining useful life, right? Therefore we are dividing this. Hope this is clear. So provisions for banking FIs and NBFCs is given under subsection 4. A banking company or a financial institution including a non-banking financial operations engaged in supplying services by way of accepting deposits, extending loans or advances shall have the option to, there are two options given, right, for banking, for financial institutions and non-banking financial corporations. For these many persons, there are two options. First option, either comply with the provisions of subsection 2 and rule 42, that is apportionment as per the calculation will have to do, calculate C1, C2 and then further compliances, further calculations will have to make. Or second option, which is very easy, every month to avail an amount equal to 50% of eligible ITC on inputs. Eligible ITC means all that business related supplies, right? Capital goods and input services in that month we have to consider ITC on inputs, ITC on capital goods, ITC on input services, right? Which ITC? Eligible ITC. Calculate all that, take 50% of it and your work is done, and the remaining 50% shall lapse, you will not get the credit of it. This is the option given. There are two options, right? The option once exercised shall not be withdrawn during the remaining part of the financial year. So once if you opt for any of these option, you cannot go back to previous option during that financial year. Next financial year you can again go back to your previous option if you want to. Okay. However, the restriction of 50% shall not apply to the taxes paid on supplies made by one registered person to another registered person having same PAN number. How will you understand this? Consider this point. Provision for banking FIs and NBFCs, we have two options. Option 1, avail proportionate ITC as per rule 42, or option 2 is that avail 50% of eligible ITC, and once you opt that, it cannot be withdrawn during the same financial year. These are the two options given. But if you choose this option 2, 50%, remaining 50% shall lapse, and also restriction on 50% shall not be applicable to taxes paid on supplies made to another registration under same entity. Same entity means you are registering with the same PAN number. Hope this is clear. So hope this is understood, and we have done for today's part. The next video we will see the rest things which are given in the apportionment of credit, right? So in next video, thank you.